I have recently upgraded from an iPhone 8 Plus to iPhone 15 Pro Max and I'm not happy about it. I'm confused about if I made the right decision or if I just made a really expensive mistake. Now, don't get me wrong, iPhone 15 Pro Max is a really good phone. It has a lot of good things that I'm really happy about. For example, it has a really nice screen and very small bezels. It has USB-C port, dynamic island, action button, etc. It is also very lightweight even though it's a Pro Max phone. If you hold an iPhone 8 Plus in one hand and iPhone 15 Pro Max in other hand, you will hardly feel any difference in weight. But among all the good things, I really love Face ID on iPhone 15 Pro Max. iPhone 8 Plus has a fingerprint sensor, and when I'm working and my hands are a little dirty or sweaty, the fingerprint reader used not to work. I have to clean the fingerprint sensor and my thumb in order to use it. But Face ID resolved all those issues. It works really effortlessly. You just have to press the power button and look at your phone, and your phone will be unlocked. When I need to log into my banking apps, I don't have to remember passwords. I just look at Face ID sensor and I'm logged in. That's the best thing I really liked about iPhone 15 Pro Max. Face ID even works in perfectly dark environments because it uses an infrared camera. But not everything is good with this phone. It is notorious for overheating. I think Apple tried to fix the overheating issue with software update, but this phone still heats up under excessive load. There's a huge debate around titanium not being good at conducting heat, and that's why Apple shifted to aluminum in iPhone 17 instead of titanium. Now, why I'm not happy with upgrading from an iPhone 8 Plus to iPhone 15 Pro Max? The main thing is I don't use my phone for anything useful. I only use my phone for watching Instagram Reels or TikToks or maybe to use some banking apps. And that's the main reason of my confusion. Like I spent $1,200 on something that isn't really useful to me. Now, you must be thinking, how can you spend $1,200 on a 2 years old iPhone? You could have gotten iPhone 17 Pro Max in that price. The thing is, I live in Pakistan and there's a $500 to $600 tax on iPhone 15 Pro Max if you want to use your SIM inside Pakistan. If you pay that tax, your phone become PTA approved, meaning you can use your SIM inside Pakistan. Due to this huge tax, many people choose not to pay it and use their phones without SIM functionality. But in my opinion, if you can't make calls and use internet when outside, then what's the point of having a phone? That's why I decided to buy a PTA approved one, and that's why it cost me $1,200 even in 2026. Another thing that added to my confusion is that iPhone 8 Plus is a really good phone, at least in my kind of use case. I have been using it for the last 3 years and I don't have any issues with it other than battery. I can do all the things I need to do on iPhone 8 Plus without any issue. Now you could say that since you make YouTube videos and iPhone 15 Pro Max has really good cameras, at least far better than iPhone 8 Plus cameras, so I can use iPhone 15 Pro Max to make my videos. That could be a good reason to buy iPhone 15 Pro Max, but I already have a dedicated camera to make my videos, which is Sony a6400. So even in terms of cameras, this phone isn't really useful to me. Since we are talking about cameras, so why not compare iPhone 15 Pro Max video quality with Sony a6400 video quality? I shoot in S-Log 3 on my Sony a6400 and I'll shoot in log format on iPhone 15 Pro Max under the same lighting and same color grading. And let's see which performs better. My bet is on Sony a6400 because it's a dedicated camera and it has a larger sensor compared to iPhone 15 Pro Max. So Sony a6400's video quality should be superior to iPhone 15 Pro Max. One thing I like about iPhone 15 Pro Max is that I can attach my SSD to my phone and record videos directly onto this SSD. Because log footage in iPhone 15 Pro Max takes up huge amount of space, and this 2TB SSD has plenty of space to shoot videos for longer sessions. Now you can see side by side comparison of video quality of iPhone 15 Pro Max and Sony a6400 camera under the same condition and same color grading. Are you familiar with hedonic adaptation? It's basically a psychological phenomena where we very quickly return to relatively stable baseline level of happiness despite some major positive or negative events. So if you think you will be very happy after buying iPhone 15 Pro Max, that happiness is not gonna last very long and you will return to your baseline level of happiness very quickly. That is also something to keep in mind if you think buying some materialistic specific stuff will make you happy. One more thing that added to my confusion is that when I used iPhone 8 Plus, my screen time was around 4 to 5 hours a day. That's still a lot, I need to work on it, but after buying iPhone 15 Pro Max, my screen time increased to 6 to 7 hours a day. So basically, I spent $1,200 on something that wastes even more of my time. I hope I make sense now, and thank you for listening my rants.